Hey y'all, let's get into this.
You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on the grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People tease you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg. Feeling confident but now you're becoming obsessed. First your nose, then your weight, now your butt and your breast. It's a vanity fair, cosmetic overdose. Fiending for a next operation like it was dope. Now you feel the need to skin pill, your skin's no good. But if those around you were real, they'll tell you the truth. Just because you spending thousands, that don't make it alright. Had one problem, now it's many going under the knife. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on. Vanity Fair, yeah. Changing one or two things, cool girl, do you? Do you wanna be beautiful and look like you? Or do you wanna look like someone you saw in a magazine or video, but not in the raw? I like nice shaped bodies, bikinis Brazilian, but too much of anything just isn't appealing. Some people spend a lifetime, even a million. No grace like those unhappy when chilling. A girl with a big butt, big lips, small hips is what we all love to see, and men dream about this. There is nothing wrong with getting something broken fixed. Some women get a breast job cause cancer assists. Some women want to please their man and insist. And a woman really loves you if she wants to do this. But abuse ain't the same as intention was cared. So be careful of the drug called the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, faceline, look at your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on.
Well, hold on. I was going to come out and smoke a cigarette, but the neighbor decided that he wants to snow blow all of a sudden. Give me a second. Let me go back up here. I won't do that to you guys because he's being loud. All right, let's go back up here. Say hi to everybody. I'll just go back to my little hole. Hey, Bad Apple. Hey, Gumby. Hey, I Hate Peas. Was that Justice? Yeah, I know she's live. I don't care, frankly. And I'm not saying that to be rude to anybody in here. Excuse my attitude today. I will be honest, it's piss poor. Yeah, I have a bad attitude today. I'll just be honest. Give me a second. Dang dog and cats don't know if they want to come or go. All right, let me finish up here. Hey, Tina. 2 skulls, 1 swing. Miss Lee, I hope you're feeling okay. Hey, T. Frustrated Amethyst, Angelisa, Hope's Echo, Sheba, Rosebud Thread, number 1 fan, LG, Marcy, Lori, Banana Bicycle Seat, Bear, You Got Blocked, Nana L, Val, Revival, Sweet Pea, Pig Lips and Backflips, Break the Silence, Just Another Troll, Yinzy, Firethide, Kathy P, Sugarfly, Mother of 2 Boys, MN Greg, Dolan, Brett's mom. I think I got everybody for the most part. White Boy Lockdown, Mystical Magnolias, Carol. All right, y'all. Smiles. I think I got pretty much everybody. Hope, Shay, Harley. Okay. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Hey, Winky. If I missed you, I'll catch you maybe going through. Looney. All right. So I need to get some shit off my chest. I'll be honest, I am highly disgusted with people at this moment, and I'm trying to process all of everything that's going on. But I have always been transparent with you all, and I'm not about to hide my feelings on this situation now, nor have I ever. And some of y'all need to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. And I'm talking about other creators too. There is many of you, and I can go back and make a fucking list of names that sat on panel with Molly, Justin, and Elle, co-signed these things, sent them clips that were twisted and tweaked to paint the specific narrative. Many of you sat there and co-signed it until she exiled you from her community when you were disposable. But don't forget for 1 second that we have the clips of all of you sitting there doing the exact same thing to Dre and Marvon. Now, let me remind you, this is not only affecting what has been done to Marvon, but also Dre and her 3 children and her family and friends. So all of you that are now trying to jump on this side and play, oh my goodness, look at the truth out there. No. Back the fuck up. Get away from my island, first of all, because this has been absolute hell for months. And I have been drugged all over social media by so many of you saying, oh, she's lying. Oh, that's not true. Oh, this or that. But now that it slaps you in the face, you all want to play these social warriors coming to save the day. Oh, we're going to take down tragedy pimps. Meanwhile, just a month ago, you sat there and condoned the same stuff. Stay away from me, far away from me, because you have never been concerned about what happened to this family or the truth. You're just looking for an angle to exploit. You're all the same as them. And I'm disgusted with many of you. I'm going to be frank. There has been a handful of creators that I would actually say give a shit about this family. Give a shit about the actual story, the actual ramifications. Most of y'all are just looking for an angle to exploit. Monetizing body cam footage and 911 calls of a veteran that attempted to take his life. The facts have been in front of you for a long time. Nothing's changed besides their story. The facts don't change. They never have. We have busted our asses, me and the Tessas, trying to make sure that everything we did was with morals and integrity. We released the facts that the investigation was closed because everybody has the right to know. Many of you were emotionally involved, still emotionally invested in this story, based off lies, based off of a twisted narrative, all for clicks and views. It's out there. It's been out there. Many of you have chosen to bury your heads in the sand because it conveniently benefited you when you were on that side of the fence. Stay the fuck on that side of the fence because nobody wants you over here. You're seen for what you are. Go on. You'll never be taken seriously with exposing anything because the only people you expose are yourselves. You guys are terrible. All the same. Stay the fuck away from me. Stay the hell away from acting like you give a shit about what happened to this family because you don't. You never have. But let's be very clear. There's a lot of you out here. Subs alike. What do you get out of this? What do you get out of this? This man tried to take his life. a Marine veteran. We lose so many veterans every day to suicide. This was never a true crime story. This was a family's tragedy due to suicide. But it's really interesting how so many people are comfortable with exploiting mental illness for financial gain. We aren't built the same over here. You wish-washy, no integrity, lack of moral having piece of shits that act like you're something now coming out of the woodwork to try and take an angle and, oh, we're going to take tragedy to pin us down. Sit the fuck down. You're nothing but the exact same. You're not even a polished turd. You're just a turd. Many of you have had the opportunity to come out here and correct the misinformation that you intentionally helped spread. You never did. You never took the opportunity. You still haven't. Many of you continue to still lie. The only time you try to correct anything is when your name's involved in it. You don't care about the facts. That's the difference over here. I've never cared about what you guys did to me. I cared about the fucking facts in this story. The facts are they have exploited this man and his family's tragedy for financial gain. I don't care which way you spin it. The facts are the facts. There has been no legal representation hired by Letitia Bias, which was the premise of all of these donations. No court paperwork, which Molly admitted last night. She said that there was an agreement. She did claim that attorneys made the agreement, which we know there is no such thing. Thousands of dollars were raised for justice for Vaughn. This is justice. What's being done to him by playing the 911 call and the body cam footage after the man tried to take his life. That's justice, right? You sick fucks got off on watching that video. So excited. Are we going to see him? Are we going to see him? And I don't give a fuck anymore. My emotions are what they are because they are. I give a fuck that this is disgusting. An entire family quite possibly is going to have to see and relive the worst moments of their life because of some sick motherfuckers on the internet that can't be honest with their following and say, we have it wrong. You can disagree with her lifestyle all you want. You can have your opinions on her not being your cup of tea. But the fact that you have sat here and twisted and turned everything about this for financial gain will continue to be seen. And this will continue to be your legacy. And every family that you go near and every story that you go near will be reminded that this is who you are. Spanky, Elle, Molly, and the rest of you. There's a whole shit ton of you. In the beginning of this, I wanted to do a video of all the creators that stood against exploitation. Man, I'm sure I'm glad I didn't. Because over the last 6 months, I have seen the utter disgusting nature of most of these creators on YouTube. Most of you have no morals or integrity whatsoever. You don't care what happens to anybody but yourselves. All about you, your pockets, which angle you can exploit the best. What makes you any different than Dre and their family? Now we're bashing the police that the police didn't do their job because the outcome of the investigation wasn't what was wanted. Oh, hey, Nanya. Sorry. I just saw you're here.
You're good. I'm letting you say your piece.
No, you're good. Go Go ahead and talk. You can talk.
So I will give my warning ahead of time. A lot of people will not like what I have to say today. Um, I am absolutely heartbroken for my friends.
Yep.
And what a lot of people don't know is up until the point where I started going live with nonsense, I was friends with this family, in real life friends with this family. I love them. I love them so much.
I'm here with you.
And how any person can go to sleep at night knowing that they put up one of the most tragic, most traumatic situations ever. Her children did not see that. And now those two monsters and people who called themselves family, those same people are the ones who have said, great job at showing this. Because people needed to see one of the most traumatic situations ever. What mother does that? All of you people who have been saying, Letitia's an amazing mother. She loves her son. You guys are bashing her. You just don't understand what it's like. She made a tough decision. I agree, she made a tough decision. But she made a fucked up decision for the last 6 months. She got in a fucking chat where they were showing the worst moment of her son, who she's supposed to love, of his life, trying to end his mental exhaustion. And she says, I'm so glad you're showing this. This is what makes them proud. How? Shame on you, Letitia Bias. Shame on you, Wynette Jackson, for sitting by and thinking that this is okay. You guys are monsters. It should be a shock to no one that Drake kept you away. Imagine what it would have been like to his healing process had you been there. Because this is what you thought was a good idea. Molly and Justin, I guarantee you, for the rest of my life, you can do whatever you would like. For the rest of my life, I will ensure that every family you ever attempt to connect yourself with, that they know every clip of where you have called a victim's wife a murderer, every time you said that somebody was going to stab their children, every time that you have determined that you, with no law enforcement background, no investigative experience, you, and not even in your opinion, you stated as a fact that this had happened. And then you took the time to tell people, the people in your chat were saying, yeah, but the police, and I didn't even watch. I couldn't watch. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't watch. Heels in the air. I don't know if you're in here because I turned off the comments for my own sake. If you're in here, your video is amazing. The one thing that I would ask, well, never mind. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. Your video was amazing, and thank you for that. The people in your chat said she was cleared. Now you're going to tell me an entire police department and the Naval Criminal Investigation Services, NCIS, all of them are covering up for this one person. All of them are negligent. You have the report, Molly. You have it. I know that you do. There is 24 different officers listed on this, and you're telling me that all 24 of them, and I'm sorry for anybody who is anywhere that is hearing this, if you go and type in the comments, I probably will fucking lose it. But anybody who is like, yeah, but she says this report is fake, then fuck it. Prove us wrong. Tell her to show you the real report then. If we have posted a fake report, then tell her to show you the real one. You know why she won't? Because she's a fucking liar. because she gets off on fucking exploiting people's pain and tragedy. That's why. I pray that nobody ever around her deals with depression or mental health issues, because she will be the reason why they end up in the grave, telling them that they don't have those issues. I pray that Justin's children never ever have to see a video that of their parents on the internet while he sits so proudly. She ate fucking snacks like this was a fucking episode of NCIS she was watching. That's the pride that your fucking leader has, that you watch these fucking videos. You guys are fucking sick. You're sick. You're sick in the fucking head, and any fucking one of you in the fucking bushes, I don't give a fuck. It's not about self-righteous. It's right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you can't stand up and say, yeah, that went a little too far, that's not right. Yeah, she actually is a liar, a proven liar. Here's the thing. How many times have we heard her say, that's fake? She said the police report against Letitia was fake. It wasn't. Her own friends turned around. She disowned some of her friends because she said it was fake and they refused to go along with her narrative. And then it was proven that it was a real police report. It was a real police report. Then she turned around and said, the article's not fake, it's real. No, I didn't claim that he was dead when he wasn't. She fucking killed off somebody who is not a part of her family. And when she sits up there and she says, we've put endless hours in, bitch, you made motherfucking $50,000 off of this man's back and gave his fucking family $1,200. Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Because you didn't do shit but play some fucking heavily edited videos. That's all you did. You spun a fucking narrative to make yourself look good. That's all that you did. You did zero actual research. You watched no actual full-on videos that weren't clipped. Not one of them. You got information out of your comments and ran with that shit. And you said reckless shit. I pray for the day of your sentencing. That's what I pray for. And I cannot wait. That will be true justice, because really at this point, there was never any justice needed for Vaughn. He made a choice to end his mental exhaustion. And I'm sorry that his family doesn't fucking know him and doesn't know him from Adam or fucking Eve. And here's my message. Rochelle and Marnika, your brother loved you. Like, loved you. You were his everything. And you stood by and let your mother do these things. Let Lynette do these things. Let your father encourage and allow Lynette to do these things. Come on. You were the closest person to them in his family. You were his blood outside of OAC. You know that. And you stand by, and you, the family, say nothing. You say nothing in his defense. That's not family. I don't give a fuck about DNA. That's not family. You can have all the disagreements in the world of what her lifestyle was like, what her religion was like, what her parenting was like, what schooling she chose, what eating she chose. You could have all those opinions you want to. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is about those. But the fact is, she did not deserve this witch hunt. She did not deserve for it to be exploited. She did not deserve to have her husband's name used to collect thousands, tens and thousands of dollars that have been proven to have been collected under false pretenses. That's a fact. That's not, there's no turning that around. And Molly can go on panel and she can go on her live and do whatever she needs to do to try and make it look like there's a different narrative that people need to listen to. But the fact is, 25 fucking police officers gave statements, looked at evidence, reviewed videotapes, looked at his medical records, and those 25 fucking officers said there is nothing else outside of him wanting to end his mental exhaustion. That's it. I'm sorry I'm on a rant nonsense. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to me at all. This has been coming for a while. You say whatever. I got your back 100%. I'm here letting you let it out because you've held back so much. And ugh, people need to hear it. People need to understand what the fucking reality is. They're lying to everybody.
And here's my thing. So, to all the creators who are choosing to take this story, and I can appreciate you wanting to get your message, to get the message out that Dre has been vindicated and that she had nothing to do with this, right? I can appreciate that. But do it with some integrity. Be better than Molly and Justin and LB. Be better than them. You want to turn off your monetization? Please do. Don't make a fucking dollar off of this video. Off this one video, let that out. Let it go this one time. Let them have their vindication without you making a dime. Why can't you?
That bothers the shit out of me.
Hazed and confused, fuck you all the way.
What? Hold on.
There is no reason why anybody should be glad that he is dead. He is not dead. And Dre hasn't lied about
Wow.
anything. So if you want to if you want to have a conversation, let's have a fucking conversation. But don't say no dumb shit.
Wow. People are just fucking. I
Thank you, B Fergs. At the end of the day, so here's my questions, right? Now that I've gotten the emotional side of things out, now that I'm gotten myself together. So, Mermaid by the Sea, because Molly, I'm going to close the comments. Because that's what Molly reported. Because Molly lied and reported that. That's the reason why. And then instead of them doing their own research and listening to anybody else, they've chosen to take her words and attempt to run with it.
By the way, I got to point this out right quick before you continue. Just so you guys are aware, we requested the report on Monday because we heard and saw things floating around and we wanted to verify and make sure we had the full story before just releasing bits and pieces and not being factual. So we went ahead and did that Monday. That went with only a couple people knew, two people knew. They had obviously requested this body cam footage and the 911 call. And I'm assuming the full report was with it too before, because it took over 24 hours for us to get the report. They didn't just click when she saw me go live, because as soon as she saw me go live yesterday, I don't know who these people are, these trolls are, but they're just
Yeah, they're going to do it. So whatever.
it's
They get.
probably well, yeah, it's expected because they're just gross. But they had that information and chose to instead come live and tell you the truth of, yes, the investigation that social media created has now been closed. Instead of telling you the truth, they opted to go the other route. This was all for show and a distraction. Let's be very clear that that was intentional and they had that. Sorry. Okay, go
So
ahead.
that's actually one of the questions that I wrote down on my list is, and I like to give people food for thought. So hopefully those of you who are in the bushes watching here and watching there and reporting back to her and all that stuff, here's some food for thought for you. Tell me why it is that Molly chose, after already having this information, right? She said it herself. She's had this for a while now, right? Why did she choose yesterday when Nonsense was live to say she needed to run home and do an update and needed everybody's support in her Patreon? That's been posted already. Why did she choose yesterday to hurry up and show something? If there was nothing to hide, why didn't she show it weeks ago when she had it? Hey, Commander, why didn't she show it weeks ago when she had it? Why? Why did she decide yesterday? Why did she decide not to Read the report. There is thing over thing over thing in that report that shows the investigation that they did. Why did she choose to read that? Why did she end up showing one of the most, again, vulnerable moments in that man's life, all while talking over it, telling you what she sees so that you know what she sees and you can see it too? Why not just let the video play? Let people come to their own conclusions. Why continue to pause it and give a narrative that she sees? Why? Justin hasn't been on panel with her for the last 3 weeks outside of 2 lives. This live and the last one about nonsense. Why? Just curious. Maybe they can answer those questions. How does one say they love someone and they would do anything for that person and turn around and exploit the fuck out of them, excuse me? How do you sell out your own son? That's my question. How do you sell out? How much? I mean, for those of you who are parents, how much would you sell your kids' dignity, integrity, character? He was a Marine. He was a father. He was a husband. And he was a good fucking man. To his core, he was kind and loving and gentle, but still so strong. How do you sell him out? How much total did you sell him out for?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just truly pray that every single person that has ever followed this case, again, it's okay to say, I don't really, I didn't really vibe with Dre. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion as far as that goes, right? But anybody who would absolutely turn around and say, anybody who would turn around and say, after 25 fucking police officers investigated this, watched a video, interviewed people, took statements, CPS, APS, all these different people have statements in this report. You watch that and you still can turn around and say, well, why were her nails done? Why does she have makeup on? Why is she wearing that? I seen somebody in LB's chat yesterday, the dumb fuck. She was taking a selfie in the dress. Because God forbid during the worst time of your life where you're trying to hold on to the bare minimum of strength that you have, that you use your outlet of doing makeup, you use your outlet of being able to just breathe for a second and have a distraction so you can find a little tiny piece of peace in what is all of the chaos. God forbid you do that. Y'all are sick. And by y'all, I mean any fucking person who can stand by and watch those things happen. Anybody. I again, all I can do is pray that nobody, every single person in those comments last night who heard the stories of the mental health history and struggles, I pray that nobody in your family ever has to depend on you for their mental health strength. I pray that nobody in your family has to come to you to get help. That's what I pray for your families. You can't imagine. You couldn't, even if you imagined, put that imagination on steroids, and you still couldn't imagine what she was going through in those moments. Nobody ever knows what would happen or how you would act or how it would even go down if you were in that moment. Somebody shared in our comments yesterday their house caught on fire. And when their house caught on fire, they just froze. Their kid had to actually come and bring them out of the house. They froze. Their kid saved them. Does that make them a bad person? No. They were in shock. Shock is a bitch and it protects your brain from being able, you can't hold it together. One of the things I would ask of every person in our chat that's hearing this, hearing this, these words, and those of you who are truly islanders, here is my request of you. When you go somewhere, and it doesn't have to necessarily be here, but when you go somewhere and there is a Molly supporter there, use Safari's beacon on the lighthouse to bring them to the island. Don't use the crowbar that Amethyst has. There are so many people that are here in this chat today who used to be there, right? And they listen. Okay, I gotta close the comments because Peggy, I can't with your comments today. There are so many people there that believe what they're being told. And is it their fault because they choose not to question it? 100%. Yes, it is. But they need the opportunity to hear and see the truth. A lot of you came here long afterwards, not knowing what the truth was. Some of you just found out the truth a couple of days ago. And nobody is judging you for just now knowing the truth. Not at all. 100% I'm not. But have grace with those who haven't seen the light yet, who haven't seen the beacon on at the lighthouse for Safari. She tries to run it 24 hours a day. And at the end of every chat, she leaves it on.
Crowbars up.
Crowbars up.
I'm not going to be as nice about people because I've seen a lot of these same people continue. It's just whichever is the cool thing at the time, they flip and flop and stuff like that. So if you're one of those, please don't even bother coming over here. But if you're actually somebody looking for the truth and want answers, yes, of course you're welcome here. But I'm sick of the people just trying to stir up shit. I'm done. My give a fuck's gone.
Yeah, I'm all out of fucks, and it doesn't look like there's any refills.
Yeah, I am so sick of watching everybody that I have grown to care about be so hurt through this. Nunya, other people that have been close to Dre, had a relationship with her, the emotional course that this has taken, all because of emotional manipulation and lies, is an all-time blow. And you'll have to excuse us. We have been in the trenches.
Yeah.
And kept our emotions under wraps a lot. I mean, you've seen a little bit here and there of them, but Nunya, for example, has kept them under wraps, and there is no more of that. There's no more of that anymore. Yeah, making money off someone's death, but he's not even gone. That's the point. It's been nonstop lies. And look how many people, look, she's live right now. She wants the algorithm to kick into. Look at her views. She hasn't had views like this in forever. So again, if you're a creator, please have some dignity. I know a lot of you don't have any to begin with, but those of you that do, like the actual people that have been here all along, there's a lot of you that have actually been on the good side of this all along, but there's a lot of you that haven't. Bad apple, it's not art.
So can I say something there?
Yeah.
So this has not been like Nonsense says, not an easy process, right? And I'll be transparent and say one of the first things I said last night was maybe it wasn't right to bring the truth forward this time. That was my first feeling as soon as the Patreon post went up and I knew she was going live. I knew it would be bad, because here's the thing. When you're in control of the narrative and nobody challenges against that narrative, you don't need to do extreme things, right? But as soon as somebody challenges and more and more and more people see it and more, and it's affecting you in a negative way with your views, with your super chats, with your Patreon, whatever, right? When more and more people start to see the truth that debunks your lies, you got to get desperate. Last night was a desperate fucking claw to try and dive out of the hole that she has buried herself in. And the unfortunate part is she attempted to allow LB and Justin to be her wench. But it didn't work. It didn't work because ultimately at the end of the day, it showed you still want to push this false narrative. Here's the thing, Molly, grow a fucking pair of balls. Be accountable for some fucked up shit that you did for once. Stand in front of if you really want to be a stand-up person, stand in front of your audience and tell the fucking truth for one time. I fucked up. I did no research. I assumed and I ran with whatever I could to make some dollars. I would have far more respect for you if you could stand. I still wouldn't, fuck with you, but I could have far more respect for you if you would actually take accountability for the fuck shit that you've done. But I can guarantee you this, there will not be another family that has to go through what Dre has gone through. There will not be another family's children like those three children who will have to see a video like this online ever again. I can guarantee you that. I will 100% clip that, run, tell that, do whatever you're going to do with it. But I can guarantee you, you will not be able to go and exploit another family like this again. Not like this. You may be out there protesting and playing baby sounds and bullshit, the most exercise you've gotten in fucking years. You could do that. I don't care about that. But this type of exploitation for a true victim, while you call yourself a victim's advocate, you're all for these children. You're going to do a children's life coaching channel while not giving a fuck that these kids will see this video. Shame on you, Molly.
Can I say something if you're done for a moment?
Go ahead.
A second. They're talking about Elle in the comments. By the way, I want you guys to all put this into perspective. Her weasel ass husband, excuse me, I'm going to call him what I think he is. Her weaselly ass husband sat there co-signing all of this bullshit, being a veteran himself. I want you to think about that for a moment. They try to, veterans, blah, 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 all day long. Fuck you, LB. Fuck your scumbag husband. I'm coming for you. And we're going to make sure that everybody knows that you are exactly the same as what you claim Katie Joy is. You are Katie Joy in the making, if you're not already on the same level. So, honey dear, you will just be known as KJ's mini. And I will make sure of it because your hands are not clean either. And Spanky, that goes for you too. We will be making sure that every family and every victim knows exactly who the fuck you are and what the fuck you do. Mark my words. You will be saying Becky and Nunya for the rest of your fucking lives.
Yep.
And Amethyst, because she's got the crowbar, but we can't rat on her because she might actually hit somebody with that crowbar.
Yeah, we try and keep her in the
we keep her in the trunk.
We keep her in Ash's trunk for safety.
Amethyst isn't as vocal as Nunya and I, but let me tell you something about her. Do not ever underestimate the power of the silence from that one, because she is an incredible human being, and I'm so lucky. I'm so thankful that it's been like I have had you guys through this whole thing, but it's been so unfortunate to watch what you've had to go through, you know, like this is on a personal level. And there's so many people that do know Dre and Marvon on a personal level. And this is impacting those. And then take it a step further beyond that. Even if like I don't know them personally, never have interacted, nothing of that nature. This is just human being to human being. This is exploitation of a horrible tragedy, a suicide. This is an epidemic in our country right now. And they are profiting off of another person's tragedy at their weakest moment in life. Think about that. Think about it, people. She will change. She will change because at some point in time, enough's enough. When people stand up and say enough, and there's power in voices. Yes, we might be the tiny group over here that don't have all these huge subs and whatever. It doesn't matter about that. Integrity and honesty will outlast, and this will continue to bite them in the ass. You know why things over here have stayed consistent, and we have just been why haven't they been able to expose us over here? Because we don't do screwed up shit. Because this was about protecting a man's dignity in a family's what I don't even know what you would call it because they were in their weakest moment as is.
Trauma.
Yeah, trying to do just the humanly right thing to do. This is not about anything about liking Dre or this is about the right. This is right. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. And this is beyond wrong. This is a Marine veteran. A Marine veteran.
Right.
They claim Molly, self-proclaimed to be the voice of Marvon. She has shown Marvon in the worst possible moments of his life and monetized that.
And Dre too.
Yep, and Dre too. And the kids. Like, the kids are going through hell too. That's the thing at the end of the day. Think about, put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself there because any one of you could be. Dre was on social media. Yes, she had a big following, but it doesn't matter. You've seen right before your eyes that it doesn't matter who these people are. They can twist and turn anything into a story to profit off of. Bad apple. Absolutely. And you know what? Convenient that the only time his family has chose to make an effort to proclaim how much they love him and show up for him is when the man's in a coma.
And again, let's talk about it just with the facts, right? And I'm trying to keep it fact driven. Hold on, before I do though. So Lola Rue, let me clarify what I was saying. Quentin Simon's life, it did matter. I'm not taking away from that. This is not about him. My statement was her standing outside did not defame the person who was actually arrested for doing something wrong to him. It didn't slander that person. It didn't further a trauma from the person who was arrested for doing that. So although I don't agree with that at all, standing outside of a house yelling at somebody who is not a victim is a little bit different to me in this case, where somebody literally was. She yelled at the victim and their family. She made false allegations and accusations against a victim's family that were completely founded to be false. And then when called out that all of her claims and allegations were false, she's doubling down on it to say that's not true and lying. So that's what I mean by that. His life absolutely mattered, and he deserves so much better. I don't even know where I was going because now I got off on that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're okay. Don't be sorry.
Knock knock, Commander. I yeah, I have no words. The fact of the matter is the truth is out there. If you want to, FOIA requests are public. You can absolutely go do it. If you don't believe the report that was put up on this page to show you that this investigation is closed into the incident of May 23rd, and it was closed at the end of November. If you need to see if there's any other open investigations, I would go over to Molly and ask her for the case number. She should be able to give you that since she knows that there's an open investigation, right? That's public information too.
And while she's so focused on showing you the facts of what happened, ask her to show you the court paperwork that granted Letitia Bias um, authorization for visitation. I want you to see the court papers that they had done and all the receipts of these refunds too, since she's showing, the facts that matter in this story. Ask her for those too, please. And by the way, this isn't just about creators. They had other people involved in this too, like Goose, ICU, all of them helping run.
Listen, Kaylee, you are a piece of shit person.
Oh, yeah.
You are a piece of shit person. I pray that you don't get a good night's sleep. I pray that you stub your toe every day on the bottom of your bed. You going and pulling that and giving that to Molly shows the type of person that you are. I pray that your child never, ever has anything bad happen to them and Molly ends up the person reporting on it. How a person like you goes and pulls this shit, again, public record, I get that, but then decides I'm going to send the fucking body cam footage of the most intimate, traumatic, terrible time of a family's life. I'm going to send it over to these people so that they can make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars tonight.
Carol, could be.
Something is wrong with you. You literally, you need to get your head checked. For real, for real.
This is going to follow all of you that have been involved. I hope one thing you've learned is that the Tessas are damn determined when we put our minds to something, and this isn't going away. This has been what you guys have done to every person before on every case before, is you push it to the point where the people that are calling you out on your horrible behaviors break. It becomes too emotional because the amount of disgusting things that they do is hard to process when you're very transparent and you're trying to figure out who could even do something like this? Why would they do this? People give up because at some point in time, it's also hard to continue to watch Dre be drugged through the mud because we're telling the truth of just the facts. The facts, but it's a personal attack. Every time we come out with facts, there's a personal attack on Dre by Molly. She will never fight facts with facts. She can't do it. So she takes it to a personal level and people tap out. People absolutely tap out and say, I've had enough. I don't want any more hurt. But at this point in time, enough has been done. You can't do anything further that's going to be worse. You've already taken that away. So at this point in time, here we are. And this time, there will be consequences for your actions. And we will make sure that whether it's just warning every family from here on out, we're here to stay. You're not shutting us up. We might take a step back for a couple days, refresh. The Tessas know when to fold and when to. We move very well with our emotions, trying to keep them in check. And if we need to take that time, we will, but we are not going anywhere. And the Tessas only keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that island, you're about to see when people get booted off the island, some of them don't even get thrown little floaties. They just got to swim away into the shark-infested water. That's where you are, the shark-infested water. With all your other little ridiculous people. Yes, Nate. I watched the whole thing because I recorded it. And yes, I will be going through and picking out pieces of audio from Molly and Justin and things that they said from that clip. I will not be re-showing any of the footage, any of that. Because again, this is stuff that's on the internet. Once you put it out on the internet, it's there forever. That is also why I don't hashtag Dre in my stuff. That's why I don't hashtag Marvon in my stuff. It's not about the views. It's not about the clicks. It's about honesty and integrity and the truth. And that's all it's about.
Yeah.
And I wish more creators could do that too. And I'm so glad that there's only a couple creators that I will actually say that I trust and affiliate with, because the rest of them are like sharks that come out of nowhere, all wanting just an angle to exploit. Katie, you can be a Tessa. Everybody's a Tessa over here.
Are you talking to Katie King?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, for
You're a
sure.
pony, aren't you? Is she a pony?
I don't think she's a pony. I
I
don't
think,
know.
where have I seen her? I don't know where I've seen you before. I can never keep track of if I'm in the stables, if I'm around
I know
ponies.
her, but yeah, I want to say she's OGDC
Oh,
potentially.
okay. See, I just recognize names and then I'm like, I think I've seen him over here. I don't know who's who. Excuse me, sorry.
If any creator wants to work on researching and exposing other MGL and company money grabs and tragedy pimping, reach out and I will help. I am silent, but I research and I reach out to agencies. That's what absolutely Amethyst. Absolutely.
Because remember, this isn't the first and only one that they've done. Jose's family. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot that can be talked about. And again, like going back to Bad Apple's question of do we move on? No, we do not. But this is when integrity is really important and you focus on the facts and things that are important that tell a story in the correct way. You focus on the context, making sure people understand what you're saying and why you're saying it. And you hit with facts. When they go low, we go high. We don't need to stink to their level. We don't need to be dropping cash apps, trying to get paid for exploiting somebody else's. Like, this is where it really sets people apart.
Yeah. And a lot of, a lot of people who we're even friends with aren't going to like us for, for saying that. But if you want to do, and some who aren't our friends too, whatever, they're not going to be happy either. But if you really want to do something, like, this is 6 months, and has it taken some time and energy? Yeah, of course it has. Has it been really hard? Yes, it has. I'm not going to be like Molly and be like, I put my blood, sweat, and tears in it. No, this was a hobby, and we did what we needed to do. And with the three of us combined, we're all good at something different. So it makes a really big difference. But if you want to do it right, and you're talking about really wanting to end the exploitation, I'm sorry, but playing a video over and over, playing a clip channel video, that's not going to stop it. We need the clips. Yes, the clip channels are amazing. You need the clips. You need the actual links to the videos so that YouTube can, it can be reported to YouTube, right? You need those things. But really what you need is you need a combined effort to remove the creator from a platform. You need a combined effort to change laws throughout the country that don't allow for these types of things to happen.
Oh, hold on. If people are getting a little confused on that too, with the cash apps and super. We're not asking these creators to shut it off and not monetize their videos or get paid for their work or content whatsoever. That's not it. When it comes to police reports and stuff like that, in this situation, do you know how much money has been made off of Marvon and Marvon's story and Dre's pain and suffering? Do you understand the amounts of money that have been made off of this man's tragedy? And not one single cent was sent to Marvon or for Marvon's care or for the children. That's why, like, take one and be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to hit home with the facts. These are the facts. And people shouldn't have to be getting money for doing the right thing at times. Yes, your continued content, everything like that. But there's a line that's also very clear on this. And they know. But the creators that we're not talking about, I mean, they know who they are. They know.
And for those who choose to go the route of, oh, I just want to, I want to participate in the drama. I want to do this. I want to talk about that. That's what you enjoy. And it's totally fine. Totally, totally fine. Not at all. Like, I don't have any issues with that. What I would ask, though, is if we're here and we're discussing something like this, Let's not bring the drama into this, right? So if we're talking about this person said this, right? Let's have receipts for the fact that they said it. But this isn't about speculation, and like everything that we're saying, we can back it up with receipts. People, like our clip channel, she swears by the fact that we lie about everything. If you go back and look through all the videos that Nonsense has made, there is receipt after receipt after receipt. So
Oh my
point out the lies.
God.
Like, point out the lies and shut the fuck up, because you can't point out a lie. The reason why you keep saying they're lies, well, what lie? I don't know, but they're lies, is because you can't point out a lie.
Yeah. And I'm getting sent tons of videos of people, creators that are hopping on this side and like trying to call Molly out, but they don't know the facts because they're not doing the research again. They're just wanting to be first in the arena and like jump in and call it out, which again, I'm great. Wonderful that you're using your voice to do something great, but please take the time to research the facts. They're everywhere. And some of you guys are really skewing. People are still saying Letitia's a victim in this. There has been so many of you that have flip-flopped from side to side and still continue to say that all of this stuff was done, nonsense, and her people attacked Letitia. That's not factual. That's never been factual. So please do your research if you're going to be calling things out.
And here's the thing, there is a lot of us who are on this island that truly, 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 I will sit by and I will answer 50,000 questions. I will show you a receipt. Now, if I can't go grab it right that second, you may have to catch part two. But I pull out the whiteboards all the time and I'll answer a question left and right. I don't mind. Now, do I want to go over the same thing every single week? No, that's going to be a little bit harder. But if you have questions, ask the questions. Well, how come you say that she said this? Boom, because here's the receipt. She said it. We're not making up the words. And you don't have to believe it. At the end of the day, just, like poor Bambi last night, I wanted to like hit her with the crowbar, but I knew she was just legitimately wanting to know. But if you don't believe what we say, please don't. Go do your own research. We encourage you to hear all sides. We encourage you to make your own decisions. We encourage you to look at documents for yourself, look up laws for yourself. Well, none of that takes a long time. Yeah, it does. It 100% absolutely does.
Tell us.
I don't doubt it. But if I've already done the research and I'm telling you the answer and you don't trust my answer, again, which that's fine, then you got to be willing to do your own research to get your own answer then.
And by the way, if I have a fucking clip channel that's like sticking up for Molly and like doing all this bidding on behalf of Molly, and Molly won't even promote the channel, there's an issue. Okay, people, can we just be honest here? Like, Molly doesn't even really support these people because they just spew a bunch of bullshit. She won't even shout them out. So, like, this just gets to be so much distraction. And here's the other thing, this has been nonstop overlapping bullshit from all directions. We have been attacked by people who have flip-flopped throughout this story so many times for no reason, absolutely no reason. And again, totally fine. We're okay. We're fine on that. But when you're out here just throwing shit at anybody trying to make it stick, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to start, exposing these people and calling out tragedy pimps, or what I like to refer to them more as is the misinformation cronies, because that's exactly what they are. They're full of misinformation. Yeah, you've got to be able to back your words up, and a lot of you can't. And that's why you end up exposing yourself time and time again. This is not for the faint of heart. And if you yourself are in plain messy stuff, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass every fucking time. So you're going to end up getting exposed with the story. You do more damage than you do good. Remember that.
Lauren said, I found it fascinating that Letitia only contacted the police one time, even though she'd been bleeding out about how desperate she was for info about her son. I find that interesting, yes, Lauren. I also find it interesting that she was okay with playing those videos. She encouraged it. She was so happy that this was being put out on the internet. But I do recall she had a problem with the fact that updates were being given on Dre in the very beginning on the internet. That's interesting to me. How could you want it one way and then turn around? I think that's called hypocrisy.
I wish we
And
had.
what a lot of people don't know because they weren't there in the beginning before Molly is every single day Dre would go live with an update about Vaughn. Any progress or any setbacks that he had gone through, she would go live publicly, not privately, but she would go live publicly every single day. At the end of an exhausting day, she went live because she knew that her audience cared about him as a person. And it was part of her outlet she got to share that with, right? Can anybody in the comments tell me when she stopped giving daily outlet updates? Never mind, we won't wait. She stopped giving them when the internet started showing up at the hospital, showing up at her home, showing up at the grocery store, everywhere. It got out of control. And who pushed that? And I'm sorry, Katie Joy is not exempt.
Nope.
Somebody said yesterday, well, you guys are only talking about Molly. Probably because Molly has done the worst. Because Katie stopped talking about it at the end of July, maybe, and hasn't mentioned it a word after that, except for the false allegations that he died. She's just as reckless. She's just as responsible for the entire witch hunt that she sent the caters on. She is responsible for that. Nobody is saying she's not. But do you know who just showed the body cam footage? Yeah, it wasn't Katie, just in case you didn't know that.
She also sat on this panel and did apologize. She did
She
apologize
did.
for, which is here nor there, but that is a lot compared to what everybody else has done. When she got called out on stuff, she actually sat here, admitted to what she had done wrong, and then did apologize, take it or leave it. But what happens when Molly gets called out? She goes to another level to horrify and vilify this family, especially Dre. Think about that for a moment when you're comparing.
Proud Army Mom, the truth is I don't. The truth is I don't. I just know that there are specific ways that she has talked in the past. And people have a very what do you call it? Like your cadence. Like, I don't know, like I use the brown emojis, right? Like that, if I was to be somebody else, maybe they wouldn't do that and people may recognize that or whatever. So I think that there are ways to tell, but no, we don't know 100% that that wasn't her. But for both of them to be there, not just Letitia, but also Wynette, the profile picture is the same. It's the same cadence to the way that they speak in comments normally. It's her giving out the Cash App, providing her Cash App, the same exact one as was before. So again, you're right. There's not 100% way of knowing it, but I'd be safe to say from history and the way that she operates, I'd be safe in saying or comfortable in saying about 90% sure that was her.
Sorry, my head hurts. I've had a headache for like 24 hours right now. Catch up on comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. So Darby C says KJ got out after a week and apologized, and she was the one who exposed the criminal records of Letitia Marvon Sr. and Brittany Chick. So I don't personally agree with the exposing of records, but I understand her concept to it. My whole point really was, yes, she did apologize. I think apologies without changed behavior is where I have an issue with it, but yes, she did apologize and she stopped talking about it. Molly talks about them at least once a week, if not 2 times a week. And she was doing lives about them up until the end of November. Letitia has been collecting money on GoFundMe until the end of October. So while people think just because you didn't see that part of a 5 hour live where she talked about him, that's not my problem. That's a you problem, right? Just because you didn't see her talk about him, you can't state for a fact she never talked about him.
Pam, thank you so much. It's affecting a lot of people. It's affecting a lot of people. Not just us. Like we're minor in comparison. Look at yeah, no, Letitia never hired an attorney. There's been no proof of that. There's been no proof of refunds.
Yeah, no, no. And the if she did hire an attorney, again, maybe, I don't know legal shit like that. I'm not YouTube or legally certified as a lawyer. Just got a little bit of common sense. And with that common sense, I would think that a lawyer who is trying to get guardianship of her son and custody of her grandson would have reached out to the law enforcement agent and say, these are the concerns that we have, and we need anything that you've got to take to our court case.
Brittany,
Maybe
I'm
that's
not
not
sure.
how it works. Maybe, but
It's in the videos. I'm not sure exactly the date. I don't know at this moment. It's still up every videos I've ever done. That's
leave it to Beaver. I know for sure that we would. You can email the links to nonsense on the web, all one word, at gmail.com.
and again, this isn't about the creators. It's about the I mean, yes, there's a huge message for the creators, but every one of them has had a hand in the fuckery. We're just saying, like, Molly continued to run with the same story. And by the way, she was warned way early on. She was told, I reached out to all of them, tried to get them all to see that there was issues here, and they just continued on. So that's that.
Brittany, yes, she did. And you can, if you go back to the live videos on Nonsense's page, it was like maybe, I'm going to say in the first, like maybe 3 live videos. But you'll see the thumbnail is the 2 avatars on it.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even know that. Yeah, it's a lot. The emotional manipulation has been a lot on everybody.
Yeah.
Brittany, it was, I mean, you'll know. That's when they said that I was still her, and so that threw everybody for a loop because she popped on panel and people flipped out because I guess she doesn't go on panels. I don't know. I don't know anything about her really still. So there was a whole lot with that live. You'll find it.
Let me just teach you how context is everything. So I just read this comment, right? And it said, and my phone had frozen, right? So it says this channel's name is 100% spot on for this crap, right? And your name is nonsense. And I was like, what the fuck? And
Oh,
then I see it's Unirage, and I was like, oh, context, okay.
Unirage. No, thinking back on it, I didn't even put any time or effort into naming it. I was just like, this is what the fuck I felt at the moment. So I just named it Nonsense on the Web because that's what it was. Uh, yeah, Brittany.
Good question, Spivey. There's been a lot of money given to that family, the family that really had no relationship with Vaughn. It would be very interesting to know how or where the money was spent. Yeah, Spivey, we've asked numerous times and were promised receipts back in August, and Goose still hasn't been able to get those receipts together for the people. So don't hold your breath.
But remember, they have screenshots of every single refund that was ever sent, every donation, everything. She's got screenshots of it all. So it should be an instant click of a button to send them over because they already have them. But it seems to be they've lost the button. They must be in the metaverse with Charlie and can't find the button. Thank you, LG. Oh, Juju, it's okay. I'm sorry. Y'all, and here's the other thing I just want to clarify again, because people are going to get pissed at us about saying the whole monetize thing. No, we don't care if you're monetizing content. It's just in this situation, when you're reviewing a case like this, think about it, because that's the first thing they use. The first opening to Molly's was, I'm not going to be monetized on this video because you can't make crap off of Marvon, blah, 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 and went into it. And instantly she was getting cash apps, super chats, everything. My video, we decided as a group, well, they were already off. I had shut them off previously when I was discussing sensitive topics. My super chats, everything were off. My monetization on the video is off. I don't drop my cash app for a purpose. And again, if you do that stuff, that's fine, but just try to have some integrity behind doing it, because there is a line that people are crossing and just jumping into now talk about this because they see that there's numbers on this side of it. It's never been a numbers game over here. I don't even pay attention to that shit. Nanya has to tell me most of the time what's going on. But just have some integrity, please. That's all we're asking.
Prashika, you are correct. So they should have statements from all of the pay methods. No need for screenshots. One can get statements. No, would be so much simpler too. Funny how she made it sound so difficult and taxing too. Yes, every single person, every one of you can go right now into your Cash app while you're listening to this. Go over to your personal, like your profile, your page, scroll down, and you'll see a thing that says statements. If you pull that and you open it, you download it and you open it, it'll show you every incoming and outgoing payment and excuse me, payment and request that you've made and received throughout that month. Simple. So if all of you can get it in less than, I'd be willing to say 5 minutes. And for those of you technologically challenged ones, we'll give you 15, right? So if all of you could do that, then why couldn't they get it in, what is this, 5 months now? August, September, October, November, December, January. Well, 5 months.
Oh, wait, I just grabbed mine. Hold on. Let me show you.
I know we had some screenshotted ones.
There it is. Yay. I don't do anything in those, but just so you know, like that's December. It pulls up an actual.
You can't really see it.
It's actual accounting. I don't even know what it is in there.
I know we had screenshots where we actually like blocked out names to be able to prove that it's a very simple way of grabbing out what was done.
Yeah, it goes, hold on. I'm switching cameras off. Okay. So you go into your account on Cash App, right? I'm trying not to show my Cash App information, but
okay.
Your account, scroll to the bottom, documents. You'll see account statements right there. There's a list of all the statements. You can go back to May. It's got the full statement just like a bank does. It's got your personal information, your address, everything, and then the breakdowns of what you do on Cash App.
Yeah.
For each and every month. It's super simple. It's like 3 clicks of a button. Anyways.
Exactly.
There's that. I fixed my lashes finally.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
While we were sitting here. Yes, you can also get a card, everything. But they had walked her through, and we have those videos of how to shut off her requests for refunds anyway. So there's a lot that was lied to everybody about.
So Monkey Mart, I think that that's kind of the discouraging part, and my brain doesn't accept that as a finalized answer kind of a thing. I know some people, for their own mental health and their own peace of mind, they have to accept that. And I get that. I totally understand that. But for me, I don't accept that can't be changed. I hope and pray it doesn't. So.
I know a lot of you guys are disappointed in yourselves and things like that, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. You have to chalk it up, go do yourself some favors and research the facts, and then make yourself an opinion based on the facts, not just on what you're being told to believe by anybody, including us. We have never asked you guys to believe us blindly. We have never once, I have never sat here and said, please just take my word for all this stuff. That's not what we're doing. Please do the research and understand that this is what it is.
Curious, that's a good question.
It will stop. One way or another.
Yeah.
Goose is not hiding. Goose is on an alt. She's still very around. Molly talks about her quite often. Goose is just in the background because she got a lot of pressure from me. But they haven't seen nonsense pissed off. And you know what? They did it to themselves. They doxed me. This is all the stuff that they have done has worked up to this. They couldn't, every time we tried to put out facts, they tried to up the ante by doing something dirty to get us to shut up. And this time they didn't go at us. They went directly at Dre again. And this is what's so disgusting. Again, I mean, they've been doing it the entire time, but just because they get called out on facts. According to Molly, what? Want too much on her carpet? What? Oh, munch on her carpet? Are you fucking what? Okay, I just lost my appetite for the rest of the month.
What happened?
I guess I want to munch on Molly's carpet.
Listen, who in the fuck eats tuna out of chicken fucking cutlets?
Yeah.
Nobody. Like, and that to me should automatically take down all credibility for this person. Even, I mean, I'm not even a fan of people who are like, she's jealous of me. If somebody was talking about me all the time, like, you know, again, so let me tell you the true signs of when somebody is irrelevant. Somebody did a live on me about a week and a half ago, right? Up until this moment, can anybody tell me how many times they've heard me mention that particular live? I don't think anybody. I think one person may have said something in the comments not too a couple of days ago. But outside of that I know of, nobody can say that they've heard me talk about that person. Do you know why? Because the person was irrelevant, right? So people who talk about other people, right? Not, I mean, and people are going to be like, well, you're talking about Molly. No, we are talking about Molly's behaviors. We are talking about Molly's lies. We are talking about the misinformation that continually comes out. We are talking about the exploitation of actual victims and families that are being harmed and hurt by her and her misinformation cronies.
How can we subscribers help? First and foremost, stop giving them views. There's going to be a channel that's going to review it, so you will never miss anything.
It made me very sad to know that so many of our people were in there watching. Because even if it was just 100 of us, let's just say, right? That's 100 more views that you gave her. Find a friend, phone a friend. And you know, I'm not a fan of connecting with people, whatever. If you're in a Discord, let somebody, even on your phone, you can share in a Discord where you could do the voice chat and you could watch it together and give her one view while 25 of you watch. If you have to. Don't give her the, you know, again, 1,000 people in there, right? How many of those 1,000 were actually just watching because they couldn't believe the stuff that she was about to do? Couldn't believe the stuff she was doing or saying. That to me, even in incognito mode, you still are giving somebody a view. Suffocate the shit out of their content. That's how you help as a sub. If you're a creator, give people something else to watch. A lot of people, when there's nothing else on, they go there. They'll watch that.
Support the creators that are providing factual content with real information. Start supporting people that have integrity and morals instead of people like that. Share their stuff when they're being factual. Get the word out about these people that continue to exploit victims and their families. I mean, that's That's the best way I can really say to help at this point in time. There's going to have to be some things, laws, legislation, things of that nature
Yeah.
that eventually get put into place. But in the meantime, we got to do what we can do. And it does make a difference. Don't get into the mindset that I'm only one person. I can't make a difference. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If we all got into that mindset, this would just be allowed. And it's becoming, unfortunately, the normal, and it can't.
Yeah, Prashika, I will say, Uni actually just taught me that last night. Is YouTube doesn't want to like. Obviously, as creators, we don't encourage anybody to mass report, but you're asking a question about when it gets reported to YouTube, like on Twitter and things like that, right? When those videos do get reported, yes, you not only have to have the link for that particular video, but you also have to have the timestamp of where something happened.
Bye, Amethyst. Have a good time at your meeting. I'm sorry you have to go to a meeting.
Right. No views, Barbara. No views. Don't watch it. Even the hate watching it's still, even thumbs up, the thumbs down, right? People think, oh, I'm gonna thumbs down the video and YouTube will see that and they'll take it down. No. A thumbs down is considered engagement in the algorithm. It means people are watching. It means, oh, let's get this up.
There's some really decent clip channels that are doing some great breakdowns. Please
Mm-hmm.
rely on them and go to them. There's tons of content out here. Find something different. I love cake decorating videos. Do something different with your time. All we're doing is encouraging, because she's in her opinion, she's being rewarded for her bad behavior. She's acting like a toddler. When she doesn't get the attention that she wants, she's got to up the ante and throw a fit a little bit louder to get the views and attention she so craves. This is how she's doing it. So we've got to starve that need for, and
Yep.
she's also trying to exploit it. Like, she is making for the last week, it's been nonstop of her exploiting other people's tragedies. I mean, it's been that way for months, but really up the ante this last week.
Unirage said it perfectly. Molly relies on hate watchers to bump her up in views. Her
Yeah.
lies will still be lies tomorrow or the next day. So if you don't get to watch that live until a clip channel the next day, well, will you feel behind and, suffer from a little FOMO? Yes. But it's still going to be the same exact content tomorrow.
Everything Golightly is a great channel. Kool-Aid.
I mean, there's so much. Lippy is good. Hartley is good. Heels in the Air, Bad Apple, Exposure Arena, Bash the Tragedy Pimps. What are some? Blank Screen has a lot of content too. He's not really a clipper, but has a lot of content, and he brings a lot of analytics to it. So he shows you, like, I think he showed the super chats. I think that's what it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, Blank Screen. But he showed the super chats that they made last year. In super chats alone, it was $95,000. Just in super chats.
Think about that. That's just Molly.
And that was just Molly by herself.
That's just Molly by herself. $95,000 off of her subs.
Yeah. Oh, Tragedy Pins Exposed is a good one too. Yes, you're right, T. Forgotten Whispers, Kathy. Yeah, there's a lot of clip channels.
Oh my gosh. And a lot of them aren't really clip channels, they're commentary. So when you go into commentary, then you got Uni, Rabbit, Kathy P, Forgotten. Yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on. We promote the channels that are trying to get out factual stuff. Yes, I will promote other channels too at times, to give people a difference of opinion or another side of the story or a different view, because I'm all about people gathering facts from multiple angles and trying to make an informed decision on their opinion. But there are certain channels I will never promote, like the one Little Weasley clip channel of mine.
Yeah. Maybe she'll come around. Maybe.
Never. That ship has sailed. Even if she comes around, she has floaties out in another pond. She will never be welcome on this island. Sorry.
Nope. All right.
I don't go back. That's the thing is I don't give second chances, third chances. No, she has ran her mouth and helped produce a lot of the misinformation and continue to carry it out for no reason. No reason except for wanting something to talk about. Fuck that.
Agreed.
Sorry. I have no give a fuck left for these people. Any of them. Oh, and by the way, too, y'all, I cannot correct everybody's misinformation. And there is a lot, like I said, I appreciate the clips being sent to me of this was wrong, that's wrong. But y'all, I can't keep up with it. So if you know that they're spreading misinformation, just politely ask them to correct the information. Even if it's in a video, they can always make a pinned comment to correct the information. And a lot of them are willing to do that. Just approach them in a respectful manner, usually. Burnt toast, thank you.
Oh, wow. Burnt. Oh, never mind. I thought you were saying something else.
No, Burnt Toast is a great channel. She is
Yeah.
very factual and very, very good.
Kool-Aid, yeah.
There's been
There's a
covered.
lot. One of the things I would like to say is somebody asked, what does that 95K mean with the IRS? I don't care. That's not the point of what I'm saying. It's not about, well, how much did she make? The point is she made 95K on the backs of doing no research for her own, creating no content of her own, and exploiting other people's tragedies. That's the point about the money that she's made.
And that's just super chats, 95K off of super chats. She also has Patreons. She also has, I don't know, are members counted in the super chat stuff? I don't know if that's broken.
No, that number he was looking at was just super chats. The numbers that he posted off Playboard, it was just super chats for all those creators that he had listed.
Wow.
So that does not include members. That does not include AdSense. That does not include Patreon. That is just strictly. You want that phone again? Super chat.
For lying to people, for telling lies to people the entire fucking time. Just Donna, there's a lot of them that we avoid. A lot of channels we avoid over here. We do better at telling you the channels that we actually trust because there's fewer of them than the channels that we avoid.
So here would be my suggestion, right? So obviously, you guys probably hear it everywhere. Watch from the bushes, right? Watch the creator. Do they depend on other people to provide the information? Are they taking information from people in the comments because they have no clue what they're talking about? That would be a really big one. Does that creator do any research of their own before you sub, before you give out that membership, before you send a super chat, right? What does that look like for that creator? These are just Nunya's suggestions. That's it. Okay. All right. Now you've watched them and you see they're doing their own content. They're putting out, factual information, and it looks like they're doing, not that they don't have people help them, because even Nonsense has people who help her, right? But they know the facts. You can ask them a factual question and you're going to get an answer with the receipt because they know the facts of that story. There's no wavering on it, right? Okay. Then let's move on to, who do they surround themselves with? Do they go do they support and go on panels with other people who aren't the greatest, who exploit things? When they're talking about tragedies, are they just there to just throw something at the wall and see if it sticks while making money? Those are the things that I look at before I go to a page. I will absolutely go to any page and support with my comments and with my like button. But before a page gets my money, I will tell you, I am a member of 2 channels. That's how picky I am with where my money goes. Amethyst would tell you, if she went to her meeting, Amethyst would tell you she don't give no money to anybody on YouTube, except for maybe Nonsense now. I'm not sure. She may be a member.
I think she became a member. I don't remember.
Yeah. But again, it's your money, right? Be choosy with it. Don't just throw it at the first person you see who's doing something spectacular. Watch for a little while. Watch the chat. If somebody says something like I know we are really big on, especially with like I'm going to use myself as a mod. I'm really big on if somebody says something in the comments that I know is not the truth or that is misinformation, I make it a point to let them know the correct information right there in the comments right behind them. Right? So are the mods as invested in it being factual and being an overall good experience as the creator is? Or do the mods just throw anything out and see if it sticks at the wall? Yesterday, I seen a mod that said she's never watched a video of Dre's in LB's chat. She's never watched a video of Dre ever, but she knows she did it. What? How? What?
Toby, yes, I will email you. I will. I will tell you guys I'm struggling this week a little bit, so give me a little time. I'm terrible about messages as is, but I will be honest. I'm tired right now. I am exhausted and having a hard time. So don't expect a whole lot out of me for the next couple days, please, and understand that we're just processing all of this.
So somebody said I have no bank account right now. I'm glad I'll have it soon though. So any page that makes you feel like you've got to give money to be a part of it, run.
Yeah, that's
Any page where in the first, I'm going to say 30 minutes of the live, you've heard about, can somebody drop my membership link? Did anybody drop my Cash App? Don't forget my PayPal. Run. And these, again, these are just Nunya's thoughts here. But I can guarantee you, if you just sit back and watch for a minute, you'll see if somebody is pushing money from the very get of the beginning of their live, like I seen one a couple of days ago, and the person like hit the live button. Hey everybody, how's it going? Don't forget my Cash App. Somebody drop it.
don't forget my links are right there.
You ain't even said hello to the people yet. Yeah, anybody asking you to pay a bill. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that I don't think you shouldn't support those creators later on down the road. Sure, you can. Absolutely, you can. I'm just saying to sit back and watch first. Yeah, Mystical, that's okay. Totally. So,
Doing the right thing doesn't have a price tag.
abso-fucking-lutely.
And I'm sick of it happening like this. Oh, well, we're only going to do what makes the money, because trust me, if it was about the money, we wouldn't be on this side telling the truth, because that's not where the money's at in this situation. So it's about doing the right thing. There is no price tag for the honesty. I don't know. I'm just done.
So, Koality, I'm sure that there are other people in the comments or in the bushes right now that feel exactly as you do. And what I will say is my hope and prayer is that those of you who this morning have woke up and you're hearing this message and you're seeing these things for the first time about Molly, Justin, LB, whoever, right? I hope that you can open your eyes just a little bit more to see the next time I watch a creator, I'm going to keep an eye out for these things that I've seen over here with these people. Use it as a learning lesson. It's not a lesson that is meant to beat you down and put you into submission, No. Everybody messes up, and I'll be the first to say, like, people know my story and they know I wholeheartedly felt hurt and disappointment from a creator that I thought was so much better than they turned out to be. So much, right? But all I can do is take that and say, okay, maybe there was some red flags I ignored. Maybe I needed to just take a little bit more time before diving into supporting that hardcore. Inner reflect on the things that you could do differently the next time so that you don't end up back in that situation. What's pho mean? Not for nothing. So that's the way she says for, not for nothing. So she says not for nothing. And so that's what they name their change is pho, not for nothing. That's how it
DNA.
says.
Isn't that the craziest part of this all?
Dre hasn't asked for a cent, yet has lost thousands in potential revenue. I'd be willing at 6 months to say tens of thousands in potential revenue, yet they show up begging for money while exploiting tragedies. I'm so disgusted with the internet at this point. Yes, DNA.
Hold on, I'm gonna play a clip from last night, just the introduction of what she says about monetizing this. I want you guys to hear with your own words or her own words. Give me a second.
She put in a request. I knew she put in that.
Okay. This is just going to be a short little of her start from last night.
And sure enough, they got a young lady. To come home, I got to speak to a young lady who I've known for quite some time, and she told me that she had put in a request. I knew she put in that request, and sure enough, they got back to her. So
LB and LG are definitely not the same person. I just saw that in the comments. LG is ours. LB is a twat.
We'll go over to my Facebook, and we're going to look at just a couple of little pictures from, oh, that's nice. Very nice. Okay.
You should see how excited she was about this. She was running out of breath to get to this.
Did I even put them on my
All
Facebook?
because I showed the proof.
Let's put them on my Facebook. This way they can come right up. So 1, 2, 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So these are pictures that are taken outside of the McCrae house. So if you're new, and I know I got a lot of new subs, and I want to say thank you for subscribing and spending your time here with me. The Marvon McCrae case was very compelling for a lot of us. If you don't know, Dre McCrae was a young lady who had a lot of followers because she did makeup, and she had an MLM thing where she would sell some crappy jewelry, and she was at the top of her game. She used to do her makeup very well, and one of the most endearing qualities that she had was she was very funny. She was captivating at one time.
Can we pause for a second?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. The answer is yes. Hold on. Who said that? The real angel girl one. So nonsense. So she watched you and then went live with this?
Yes.
Yes. During Nonsense's live, which I don't know if you have those posts. Sorry, we go back to it. But during Nonsense's live, she posted towards the end of Nonsense's live. She must have gotten word. She posted in her Patreon that there was a really important live she was about to have to do, and she need everybody to come and support. Right? And then she fired up a live. She ran to her house. She said, I'm 3 minutes away from Jake's basketball game. She left her kid's basketball game to go home and do this. Interesting. Just pointing that out. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Very interesting, funny young girl who drew in a pretty big audience. And when she had her channel, she was mainly on Facebook, not YouTube. She's not a YouTuber. But she would have these lives where she would showcase her life and her children. They were simple people. And she married a former Marine named Marvon McCrae. And what they did was they sold some jewelry online, and they cooked together, and they had a lot of fun. Was the girl funny? Absolutely. I could totally see where this chick was going. All right, listen, if you're going to come here to correct me, you can get lost. All right, get out. If you want to be smart in the mouth at all, there will be no timing out. You just get banned forever.
Can you pause it?
I'm on your TV. Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
There's another warning to the girl who asked, or the person who asked, how do I find the good pages, right? The creator does not want anybody correcting them, that they cannot be wrong. That's another red flag.
Subscribers only mode instantly, so you have to sub up to be able to comment a difference.
You have to be able to sub to the channel to be able to comment. That is a sub grab.
Yeah, every time.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Dre McCrae was definitely someone who could draw in a crowd, and she was very much liked. At this time, I never heard of her. I'd never seen her. I don't watch makeup tutorials. I don't watch other people on the internet, but she certainly had a pretty big following. And she was very lucky to have the following that she got, because with me and Justin talking about this case, a lot of her followers ended up becoming my followers, my subscribers, my Patreons, my friends. And they told me collectively the same story, that she was amazing. Thank you so much, Southern Charm. I appreciate that. Yes, I will not make no money off this video unless I get donations. This will be an unmonetized video because it has to be. The Marvin name is bad. You can't put it in your thing. You won't make shit. So, but it doesn't matter. I'm just here to tell you what happened if you're new, or just catch you up. Hey, Cork.
Right there. You heard what she said. Right there. Let's just
If you keep going, she continues on and says, so you'll just have to send me super chats.
Yeah.
Very likable girl. And then somewhere along the way, her audience saw it and everybody else saw it, and something changed in her. She tried that Dr. Sebi diet, which was like an alkaline vegan diet.
Sorry.
And everything in her life progressively kind of got worse. And
her Cash App scrolling
her
too.
behavior started to change, and it kind of
and the super chats have already started.
The way she looked.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hey, I'll take a like. I'll take a like. Thank you, Gina. She started to look very skinny, gauntly. Her hair was falling out.
I can't.
And
yeah, I can't listen into this right now. Like I shouldn't have listened to as much as I did last night. Nobody should have. I'm sitting here. I'm still sitting in here in horror, worried about Dre and the kids having to relive that moment. Like, sorry, y'all. Again, I'm a crybaby, but this shit just fucks me up. I worry about them and their support. Well, he's still, and they admitted last night that he's still in the same facility that he was in when Letitia saw him. He was never moved. That confirmed all of that. And the bullshit lies about how she was having him moved all the time to hide him from them. That wasn't the case. They confirmed it last night. Like all of this shit. I don't know. Fuck these people.
So, the bad part about it is people had a choice, right? So the people who were watching then and the people who are watching now, right? I understand the heartstrings were pulled and it tugged at the purse strings, right? And everybody just let their wallets fall open. But even to this day, right? Knowing that after 6 months now, right? Knowing, oh shit, it actually was 6 months on Sunday. I didn't even realize it till right now when I looked at the date. Anyways, for 6 months, this person has been hunted, treated like shit, chastised, accused, slandered, defamed. I don't know if I already said traumatized, but we'll add traumatized again. All while having to be strong for her kids, not being able to do her job. Imagine all of that, and you can't go to work. You cannot go to work because your job is online. And they had a choice, right? Her PayPal and Cash Apps have been on her page this entire time. Never has been removed off of her Facebook page, and it's a public page. Everybody had the choice to actually support him and his family. And they chose to send it to Letitia instead. They chose to send it. Now, again, I get they thought they were doing the wrong thing, so I'm not shaming anybody. But
MGL made 117 in super chats during the body stream per YouTube playboard. Can you imagine what her Cash App made? Because that's what she was begging for.
How much?
117 off of super chats, but her Cash App was where she was really getting people to send to. Oh, and just so we're transparent, because you guys always like to hold me to a different standard than everybody else, and I don't care over here. I'll show you guys again, just so we're transparent on this. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Live. Not monetized. That one is. That one's not. That one is. You can see for yourself. They're shut off. Anyways, there's that. She has a choice. She could monetize them. She probably did.
Moonlight, I'm gonna hold out hope. I don't I reside on the part of the island where hope and logic is. Like I live in between those two neighborhoods. I don't live on the crowbar side of the island.
Who's harassing you, Immortal?
But I'll just go. I refuse to be harassed any longer. I'll check back in another stream. Who's harassing you, Immortal? Anyways, I reside on that side, and I want to reside in the place of hope that what I seen last night was discomfort, and that the choice is made to move on to what he's already been talking about. The one who just spoke my name, Safari. Safari, Safari? You can't be the lighthouse operator shining your light all bright to bring the beacon, to give him a beacon to come in and then send him out. What is happening?
Oh, everybody's emotions are really on a high kilter, which I
And yeah,
understand, but we're
and
done.
it's very easy to misunderstand what somebody is saying in the comments. Again, context is everything. So, just
Thank you, Michael. It
relax,
just
relax,
unfortunately
relax.
happens.
Lay your head on my
Oh my
pillow.
goodness, y'all, and you're whining about other people. Until you guys have sat here and been attacked and drugged through what a lot of the other creators have, like, y'all, please quit. There's enough that's going on. Please. Think about what Dre has been done to Dre and then put yourself in check and be like, oh, people arguing
None of the rest of that matters.
big of a deal.
None of it. None of that matters. Not to me, at least it doesn't.
Y'all have to learn how to coexist and be adults and agree to disagree on things and let it go when misunderstandings happen too, which I do the same thing sometimes, but we just got to take deep breaths because this is what they want. They want everybody to fight and misunderstand each other and attack each other because the emotions are extremely high. So
Absolutely.
that's what they fester on. They love it. They get excited about it because we're all very emotional people over here that obviously are fighting for something to change. And
Yeah.
when you're doing this, you usually wear your heart on your sleeve, and they know that. And that's one of their distraction techniques. So, with that said, I think we are out of here. I got to go do some stuff. And I just need a break from the internet, to be honest. I just
Yeah.
need to shut it down because I am going to snap on some fucking people.
I get it. I get it.
And I'm not comparing anybody else, as I know a lot of you guys have gone through a lot of shit. Do you personally know the Dre person? Not being rude. Chick, I do not. I do not at all. I've said that all along. Nanya, you can answer for yourself.
I did.
Nonsense or not nonsense. Nanya, God, I'm calling you me now. This is how bad. I think, can us Tessas, the three of us, just go away to our island for a minute and sit in our cabana?
Oh yeah. After this, we're definitely going. Because I unfortunately could not. I couldn't scroll through my timeline today on YouTube without kind of being forced to see the same stuff that I chose to ignore last night. Um, so I know for sure that I am going to absolutely log off, probably for the rest of this day. I would encourage, one of the reasons why the emotions are so high is because we're not taking that break. It is imperative. Go rest up before you have to, before the next fight, we're going to fight the good fight. No, but it's imperative that you disconnect from this for a little while. Go
Chase,
somewhere where you can have some laughs. Spend some time with your family. Spend some time with your friends, whoever that may be for you. We'll be on the island for a little while.
take a break, refill your cup, because if you don't have anything in your cup to give out, you're just pouring from an empty cup anyways. So that is that. And
Hey,
again,
Chasing Truth.
be kind to everybody else around you. Hi, Chasing Truth. It's really, you are spoke very highly of. So I appreciate you stopping by and
Yeah.
saying hello. We hear wonderful things about you. I personally also am choosing to avoid watching some of this stuff. I know it's upsetting, so
Yeah.
also make that choice, you guys. Shut it off. At the end of the day, shut it off. Go into a chat, hang out, refresh, find something at the end of the day that's going to make you feel better. This is one live I can say that I'm not leaving here feeling better than I came in. And I don't like this spot. I don't like feeling like this. I don't like leaving you guys like this. I don't feel like it's uplifting. I don't feel like this was an informative, good live. I feel like all of us are just kind of feeling numb and stagnant of not knowing what to do. But with that, this is when it's time to regroup, rethink, and continue on, because these people cannot
Yeah.
continue to get away with what they're doing. So take the step back, focus on what's important, and remember to guard what you let in your mind, because at the end of the day, we're all out here screaming and hollering and stressing ourselves out to people who think this is a fucking game to exploit a man's suicide.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not them.
Safari, it's all good. You're good. One of the other things I wanted to say is today was for those of us who went to bed frustrated, hurt, angry, upset. And people may be like, it's the internet. Why would you even be? But some of you islanders, you've been here since day one. Since before there was ever a live video on this page, you were absolutely watching the videos. Some of you came from that crazy place called Facebook with us. You know what I mean? So some of you have been here and you care about people. You care that a victim is not actually exploited. You care about that. So you can't help but not having emotions. Now, some people, they don't get involved like that. That's cool. If it's not you, it's not you. It's all good. But some of us here on the island, we do get invested.
We didn't have
So,
a choice either. Like, this was it's heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaking tragedy.
yeah. Yeah. That's it for me though. I don't know about you, but I actually feel much better being able to get out what I needed to say.
Good.
I stayed, outside of talking to a couple of people last night. I stayed very quiet last night with how I was feeling, and even today saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna come up on panel and support you." And lo and behold, here you are supporting me in tears. And anybody who has been around long enough, I'm a thug, so we don't do those emotions over here like that. Not for me at least. But, that's how this really like this, is a real and nonsense. Me and Amethyst this morning were like, how are you doing? Are you on crowbar mode? And all three of us were like, yep, we got the fucking crowbars. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you visiting our island. You're more than welcome to stay as long as you can, you know, support. We ask nothing of you financially. All that we ask is that you give us a free thumbs up for the video. That's it. Other than that, we want you to help us research. We want you to call us out if we are wrong. If we've said something incorrectly or we misunderstood something, y'all know I'll be in the comments for 3 minutes. Like, nope, nonsense. That's not how it happened. No, the context is wrong. And then finally she'll see the comment and be like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. Okay. We want to be called out. Any creator who doesn't want to be called out, be wary of them. The facts shouldn't change no matter who presents them.
just be careful when you're calling me out on bullshit that I can slap in your face in 2 seconds. I don't take to that very kindly, and I will be a little bit aggressive when I slap the truth in your face that's been put out 18,000 times. So at this point in time, my patience is gone, so I'm not as nice. I'm not the sweet little nice Becky right now. So just know what you're asking for if you bother me with stupid shit. EKC.
Just ask me. Just ask me. You'll get a very you'll probably get a better answer and a better reaction. Just be mindful of the context of how you ask it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, just so you exactly what are they hiding if they block you? Exactly. Do you have an email if we ever have something to send to you or have a question? Yeah.
Just dropped it.
Oh, there you go. Frustrated.
You can
Perfect.
hit Nanya though too. You can hit up anybody.
Yeah, any of us, you can send us a message. I think that my email is now on my page. I have to look at it, but any of us is fine.
Nanya, you can find Nanya pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. I'm fucking everywhere. You know.
That's okay.
I dibble and dabble in a little bit of everything.
BB, thank you for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and watching us.
I hope this has allowed some of you to have a release. I really do, because it is important. For me, it's important.
Maybe we'll do something lighthearted and
not today.
Switch gears in the next couple days and just for a break, because mental peace is needed.
Yeah. All right.
All right, y'all. We're out. Have a great day, and we will see you on the next time around.
See y'all. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.